Hey, what's happening, guys? We're here with episode 2 of the TruFitness kind of like podcast YouTube thing that we're doing here, which is pretty sweet. So just so you guys know, last week's video we were planning on posting it on Wednesday. Our internet package here at the gym isn't the best in the world since we're a new business, so the video uploaded very slow, so I had to go home and do it from my personal Wi-Fi and computer. So just expect those videos to be posted anytime kind of between, we'll say Tuesday and Thursday. We'll give you like a little bit of a range. We'll try our best to get them out on Wednesday every day. But last week, so we posted the video. We were thankful to have some of you watch it. We hope you all get the chance to watch it. And what we want to do to get a little bit more interaction and to make sure that you are hearing our voices loud and clear is we're going to create a call to action on each of our videos. So, some weeks that might be submit something to us and get a free t-shirt, or a little competition, something friendly involved. Other weeks it might be comment in the comment section below and define something.
Sure. Or comment, share the YouTube video.
Absolutely.
Come back and then you get a free shirt.
And that one will be very common if we're doing like a free shirt thing.
For sure.
But last week, so just taking it a step back, so last week we had you define your fit. So what I had just mentioned, commenting in the video below, we would love for you guys to do that and just define what fitness means to you. I know me and Mary went over our own definitions of fitness. Caitlyn was missing during our last video, but Caitlyn's back, so wave, Caitlyn. Hi, hi, hi.
Sorry.
So she'll be involved a little bit more here. So yeah, just go back to that video, give it a watch if you haven't. Define what fit means to you, and that'll really help us delve into this next topic, which we're going to discuss today.
Oh yeah. Yes, we are. So, in hopes that if you watch this, and if you haven't, like Nick said, that you're going to go ahead and maybe right now start defining fit and what it means to you. And like you said, we went over what our fit meant to us in the past and into the present and right now and into the future. So with that, if you've been with us, you may not or may know that what we're all about is, our mission is about training for life. So we have a couple of slogans: train with a purpose, train for life, right? So we really, really, really are all about that. That's our mission. That's what we're going to push. And with that being said, today, if you found out what your fit means, are you doing it and are you going to do it seasonally, or are you going to do it for life? And to me, that means a lot. And when I talk, I'll just say this for myself. Whenever I have conversation with you guys or even with our clients, and I'm a very, no sugarcoat, and I'm a very honest, open book person. So a lot of times I'll say things that I've gone through myself. And I know that I have trained seasonally, for sure, Especially living in the Midwest, we kind of clothes ourselves, and it's pretty cold in this gym most of the time, so I will have 2 to 3 layers on, and it gets really comfortable under those layers from like October to April, even though today is April and we had snow on the flipping ground. So I'm in layers, and it's like, oh well, my body's not showing, so whatever, I've been there. So I'm just saying I have been there. But going on a little rant today, why do we do that? We talk about having different seasons of the year. Why do most of us, and like I said, including myself, take our fitness and go hardcore in one moment of either the season, or there's events coming up, and oh my God, so-and-so is getting married in 17 weeks, I gotta start now. All of a sudden there's an urgency based around events or seasons. And then I think when we start doing that, when we get in that habit, what we don't understand is the amount of stress that's putting on our body. And I know that I don't, as much as I try to, now that I'm a little bit older, I've had a little bit more time on this earth, and I can stop and go, okay, at 50, I gotta start looking at that and reeling it in, because this is my only body. And if I keep shitting on it and sabotaging, my quality of life is gonna suck, and I'm not gonna be around a long time, and I'm gonna be on a lot of drugs, not recreational, which that's probably there for some people. But my whole point is, why do we as society shit on our bodies and just sabotage the crap out of it? We go on vacation and, we want to get skinny and pretty and fit, but then we're there, and then now it's okay, and we're drinking here, I don't know. You guys come in on this with me. What do you think?
So one thing that I'll say, not to be confused with, so when we're having this conversation, we're talking about it's kind of almost losing motivation or losing sight of your goals would be more the conversation. It's not necessarily that you may lack the motivation. You might have had the motivation for 8 weeks to build up to spring break, met your fitness goal, gotten the ideal body that you wanted to get into, and now you're just ruining it with a week full of drinking and a week full of desserts and cakes and pastries and all this other stuff. And I, for one, totally believe, and I think both of them are with me, it's okay to have a cheat day. It's okay to have a rest day. I don't want you to confuse these with a cheat day or a rest day.
Right.
But the level of stress that a cheat day or a rest day puts on you is minimal. A rest day should de-stress you.
Right.
A cheat day, you're getting your ice cream that you may be missing out on a week worth of working out or a month worth of working out. And that's totally fine. You should reward yourself for meeting those small little goals in that way. But it shouldn't be something that you continuously do and get you in a routine of putting you at a higher stress level and putting you, in kind of in lost sight of your goals.
Right. And at higher risk of then occurring illnesses and issues to the body and all of that kind of stuff. And that's an important thing to say because between the cheating and then the continual sabotaging. I mean, I'm sure what's going to come blowing at us is, well, I just want to be real. I just want to, lead a real life. I hear that all the time, and quite honestly, that whole conversation to me pisses me off because nobody said that you shouldn't be real. Like if I want to have a glass of wine, if I want to have, a couple of M&Ms, like I'm going to do it, but my mindset, I've trained my mindset to go, okay, so a couple here and there, that's my reality, moderation, I'm doing fine. I'm looking at the bigger picture on what my fit means to me, and I'm not gonna just reel it in because it's bikini season, and I'm not just gonna reel it in because somebody's getting married or I've gotta go stand up on stage and do this. All those things are still gonna be motivational ways, but in between that, when there's maybe nothing as grand, I don't wanna, that's where I'm talking about, you guys. That's that point in between where why do we go back and pull back from the gym, use life as excuses, eat like shit, drink a ton, and think it's okay? Because again, you gotta picture. I don't know. Visualization is huge for me. I try to picture my body and what's going on in the inside, and I don't know. I mean, that to me is just turning it around. Motivation outside of just the events, just the seasonal, moments in life. So that's where I'm at.
And in psychology, they talk a lot about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So for example, we'll reel Caitlyn in on a goal. So if Caitlyn was going to a wedding next month, and that wedding is telling her that she needs to chop, get in shape, and she's working out, what type of motivation is that?
Extrinsic.
Extrinsic. So is extrinsic more short-term or long-term? Short-term. Yeah, there's an end period. There's a finite period in sight. Whereas intrinsic motivation can stay infinite. We can be motivated to live a life of longevity, live a life of healthiness and everything along those lines. So that's part of defining your fit. It's finding what, we go back to those key terms in the last video. Motivation, consistency, all of those different things. And it's discipline. It's finding what's going to keep you coming back to the gym. And more often than not, that intrinsic motivation is what keeps people sustaining good health for longer periods of time. That extrinsic motivation is very temporary. It's that short-term goal, and once we reach it, we feel like we can fall off the bandwagon. And that's the train for life purpose. That's train with purpose, train for life. We want you to get to the point where you're no longer thinking about, okay, once I meet this short-term goal, I'm golden. We want you to get to that point where you have your sights set on a long-term goal, and you see that as a feasible outcome, that healthy life, and you continue to build off of that goal, and it doesn't stop.
For sure. I like that. Yeah. Well, I think that's really, I know for a fact that's what we're pushing here, and that's our mission. We're definitely always going to be challenging our clientele and our tribe members, and and having them have short-term goals. They're definitely important, but for long-term, it's life. It's leading that quality of life. How can we sustain this awesome body, not create havoc within it day after day, week after week, and those in-between times, like we said, in between those short-term, long-term goals, let's just stay on a good, healthy path. And I know it's hard, a lot of times what really sucks, I think, for most is let's say you are, for instance, maybe you and one other in your group, your little tribe of people that you hang out with, neighbors and just your friends, you and maybe one other person are like that, those people who religiously go to the gym and try to check yourself and eat, mostly healthy during the week, but then you're bombarded with, no, we got to go out, we have to do, we get these pressures. And again, I've been there too, the pressures of that outside coming from the people who don't take and aren't taking their fitness and their nutrition and everything else as serious as you are. And it's a battle. It definitely, I think the women maybe battle it a little bit harder. It's like, no, I want to go hang out with this friend, and they're going to go there for dinner, and they've got there's all these things, and you want really hard, because again, I've dealt with this, and it's like, all right, well, what's going to be important? And then when you get there, the pressure of, well, should I have this drink? Should I have just one? Then all of a sudden it's 3 drinks later. You didn't want to have the chips and salsa, but you're doing it anyways. Mindfulness. I mean, it's just, it's for all of us, and it's just driving it in hardcore. And that's what we're about. Right. We'd like you to step into the door here and let us help you guys, especially with all of the connections and the networking that we have with the nutritionists and with our Navy guys and the mindset training and just our day-to-day, activity and just what we do in this gym is just, I feel like is going to help. I see it helping already, mindset changing in our tribe members, and they're really working on changing that outside environment. Right. And sometimes changing that outside environment means that sometimes you got to let go of some people that aren't healthy, and that's hard to do. Maybe you guys haven't had to do that necessarily in your life, and I certainly have. But there's moments where you do have to look at the bigger picture and go, all right, what are my benefits from these people? And if they're on a constant path of sabotage weekend after weekend, and you're really trying super hard to stay on the better path, the healthier path, sometimes you might have to just let things go. Yeah. And that's hard, but you got to think of yourself and where you want to be, that ultimate goal.
And you have your tribe here. I mean, everybody is signing up or coming in on the trial because they have that goal of fitness. And some people might fall victim to sabotage more than others, but it is your job. It's our job especially, but it's your job too to hold your friends accountable. For sure. Make sure your friends have healthy habits. If you're encouraging your friend to drink, or that's like, something that you're looking forward to and that's all you talk about at the gym, well, that's not the best thing in the world, honestly. Right. Encourage your friends to be fit. Your friend might get injured. We had 2 people that got thrown into a boot this week. Yeah. Not gym-related injuries. Right. One was walking around London and just happened
to walk like 7,000 miles a day, which all of a sudden you're like, shoot. But the good thing is that she was a healthy person. She was being active, and unfortunately, it just happened. And it could have been something that was already kind of preset and going on. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had our share of some members in here who've gone through some boots and some issues.
It's just a setback. I mean, it's nothing that we can't work with. It's modifications and keeping you on path to reach that goal. For sure. So when you get out of that boot, boom, we're right back at it.
Yes. Yeah. So not letting it hold you back.
No, don't let anything hold you back. I mean, my gosh, this is just your one body. If you don't take care of it, here's the thing: if you don't take care of you, nobody else will. All right, you have to take care of you. You have to be your very first advocate to take care of your body, your mind, your spirit. Nobody else is going to, help you be happy, help you be healthy. They can be in a supportive way, but it's got to happen with you first and foremost.
For sure. So below in the comments on this video, let's do an accountability piece. So what I want you to do is I want you to tag a tribe member. If it's a friend, if it's someone you rarely know, someone who's been working hard in the gym, tag them in this video and give them a shout out. Yeah. That helps our accountability piece. So give one another a shout out, holler at one another.
Oh, for sure.
Everything along those lines. And we will catch you guys next week with another video.
Oh, for sure. And like Nick said, if you can take 28 minutes out of your day, I know that means that some of you might not get a Netflix in or might not get some kind of, what I hear that happens on people's time off is amazing. I wish I had that kind of time off. But 28 minutes of maybe going and listening to what we talked about and showing that you defined your fit. That's all we want. We just want interaction and conversation because we have been in this fitness world for a while and we just have a lot to talk about. And if we can help, inspire, motivate, and change anybody's lives for the better, then that's our pay. That's honestly, this is why we are here. This is what we do, and we do it the best right here. TruFitness.
Boom.
Caitlyn, Nick, Mary, We might have come in a little bit shorter than the last one. I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't read that.
14 minutes.
Doing good.
All right, kids. We'll see you next week.
All right, guys, drop the comment below. Hold each other accountable. Peace.